then when I was 12 years old, I discovered plastic beads with holes in them already. And I went crazy when I was a teenager living in Brazil, South America. That's where I'm from. I've been married and living in Mesa for the last 30 years. I have a husband who's bigger than life, like Diego Rivera. And so, well, he's bigger in his art. I'm glad. He's not a scoundrel like Diego was. I've been very lucky to be a mom of 3 children who are young adults now, and they're also all artists, so we come from a long artist family. My father-in-law was a painter too. But anyway, when we got together as Phoenix Fridas, and we got offered the show, I started panicking because, you know, my work is very small, very intricate. I don't paint big like Emily and Kathy and all these ladies and April. And I'm saying, what am I going to do? You know, my stuff is only the earrings and this shawl that I made. I'm wearing one and I have the black one here. Nice. But I was lucky enough to run into an incredible photographer. Her name is Carolina Kondo. She's also a fellow South American. She was born and raised in Bolivia. She went to school at Yale, and then she got a master's from Stanford, so she's a really accomplished young lady. And she approached me that she wanted to do a collaboration. And I said, fabulous, because, you know, I have all this wall space, and how am I going to fill the wall space with my little beads, you know, little tiny art? So I'm also very inspired by Frida's photographs. Frida's probably the most photographed modern artist that we know of. She came to being and became famous when photography as an art form was just beginning to be published in magazines, in Vogue magazine and Life magazine and magazines in Europe. And she was incredibly photogenic. Her father was a photographer. And I did photography for us when I was right after college. Actually, when I was doing my master's degree at Berkeley, California, I did photography because I was photographing the tribalization of native peoples in the Upper Amazon for a couple of years. So photography has always been close to me. And I didn't want to just photograph my art. So Carolina, my girlfriend, and I'm really sorry she's not here today, she's the one who took the photos of me playing my guitar and beading in my studio and trying to be Frida. And I have to tell you that I feel very blessed that I'm not so Frida like Frida. You know, I do mandalas. I was also inspired by Frida. She did a lot of mandala paintings, round paintings. Most of her still lifes are into a round shape. And I feel like I'm in a zen when I am doing my beadwork in my mandalas. It takes me about 3 months, a whole summer, to do each one of these. Just like my beaded shawl too. I started doing it, and then I couldn't stop until I finished, and it was like 10 weeks later I finally finished. So I'm very proud of all my Phoenix Frida sisters for their creativity, their support. As a group of artists, we are always, you know, behind each other. We hold each other's back. We also challenge each other. They challenge me to think outside the box. What am I going to put on a wall? So it was my mandalas and the photographs. So I was really outside of my box doing both of those things to a certain extent. And I also have some beadwork behind the counter there. I really believe in the art of adornment. I think we as women have power. All our jewelry is imbued with some sort of power. Like when you think of all the cultures of the world where women embellish themselves, whether it be with flowers like Frida did, or her pre-Columbian jewelry that she used. I like my jewelry to be very bold like she did.